Okay, well, it is the next day, and I'm happy to report that we will be rocking and rolling on the gooseneck section. My boy Daniel is here, and we're about to cut the other I-beam that we need for the other side of that. And once that's cut, we're going to actually build that assembly basically on this trailer, and then we'll lift it up with the machine, bring it around, and set it in place. We feel as though that'll probably be the easiest and the best way of handling it. Okay, we are back, and we're laying out on the concrete like we did before what we need to know about the gooseneck section. So we took the sleeve from the gooseneck, which is right here. Took the sleeve off because we need it, and we placed it. We already snapped fresh blue lines so we can get our angle that we have to cut on the pieces that come out so they taper in correctly.
Is that your square?
Yep. You want the shorter one or the longer one? Alright, long what it is.
You have that square, that speed square.
The big one?
The little one, just to get that angle.
I have a bigger one, you'll be able to see it easier.
Okay.
See that? It's colorful. Turn it to the concrete, and then we'll snap some new lines or draw some lines so that we can properly install the sleeve for the gooseneck.
This guy's going to receive a bit of a notch, right?
Yep.
And ideally, we want to try to get as much of this flange width
To the center of the tube.
to the center of the tube. So I think we'd have to go in a little bit, but not too much to the point where you have these edges so far out.
Yeah, it's so big.
So ideally, what do you want to do? You can go right to the outside diameter of it.
Well, that
we can notch.
Yeah, that would depend on our distance that we originally set to go from there out.
Okay.
And
so
because there is a considerable amount here to consider.
Right. So that distance right now.
All right. So from the chalk line, which you're on it right now,
we've got 83.5. So it's technically half an inch under 7 feet to the center of it.
Okay, and what were we projecting?
I think 7 feet was our
initial goal.
Was our initial goal, yeah. I mean, also in respect of these lines.
Yeah.
So these lines came out completely to 90 inches, which is 7.5 feet.
Which would be too far.
That's the intersection, though. I don't think that was ever really the plan. The plan was basically to respect the 63 width.
Yep.
Which is to the outside, and wherever they meet, they meet.
Correct.
I think the more important part here is now basically tying this properly.
Yes.
I think that I don't really like having the tube too far out to the edge. That really makes any sense.
We need a little more meat around it.
Like, I'm almost thinking, see how like right now we're starting to favor the center of the tube away from the center of the beam.
Gotcha.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yep, it does. I'm hearing you.
So, and this really isn't even from a sort of engineering view or anything. I think it's just mainly, it kind of almost makes a little bit more sense to center this a little better to the channels, right? Like,
I agree.
because then we're okay. So if we do this once again, just playing it out, we're so far to the tip, to a smaller flange here. This is weaker than
if we went in
this
some.
is.
Yeah.
With a cut section or round it off.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right?
It does.
Okay. So I'd almost rather you look above and you sort of pick the spacings that you would want to have on these sides. I can square it off, get you the same. You got like 3/4 there and about 3/4 there. You view how you would like this to be.
I think where it's at, if we did even 3/4 all the way around, I think we'd be comfortable.
Okay.
Don't you think, or no?
Yeah, for sure. Right here, you basically have a 5/8, so half to a 3/4 or so.
So we move it a tad bit forward.
You could.
I think I just did.
You got about 3/4 there.
Okay, and then we have the same.
And then here, you got 3/4 basically, maybe like a little 16th less. And here the same, a little 16th less.
Okay, I think that works.
Okay. So then, I think that we can basically do this now.
Yeah, because we're not going to have the point coming out here.
No, you would basically cut right at the center point, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And even for that, we could, honestly, just gonna kind of find the center point.
What if we did let it come further around?
It doesn't really hurt at all.
It would probably give it a little more strength, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Okay, so what you just did there with that mark, I think that...
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what we can do is we can just go the same amount, basically about an 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5. 8.5. That. And then what do we do to
So I'm going to show you what we're doing here. Just give you kind of a bird's eye view in case somebody is going to build the same thing. And if you feel comfortable in doing what we're doing. Okay. I'm sure you can see the blue lines and where we're going to cut to. And you can see the back lines there, the white ones next to the blue. There's the white, there's the blue. And those are the steel I-beams that are running. See, like I mentioned, we are putting on the ground what's going to end up on the frame of the trailer. So that's the view of that, and we will end up cutting it around. We had to get all the angles and the measurements, and even down here too, the measurements that we got to cut the legs that are coming out. So now that we have everything marked, we can... Oh, we went too far. There it is. Yep, gives you an idea. So that's the plan for that. New here. Get together. Okay, we are back. Now we're using paper and we're going to transit from ground to paper, so
Yeah.
we cut the cylinder.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna mark on the tube where we're intersecting with all our stuff here.
Terrific.
We are going to come over here.
That's perfect. Dig it. So, did you already check the angle?
I have not checked the angle at the top yet. No.
Okay, so. Side shows 20.
Does it?
How can that be?
We'll split it.
Okay. Right there. Right there.
So
Actually, it's closer to 21, but.
as long as we stay within our 63.
Right? So, did you measure?
I did. And as long as our pieces are the same length,
it should line up. Alright, well, we have between 18 and 20, like you said. If we pick 19, I think we'll be comfortable. And if there's a fill-in, well, the fill-in is the weld.
correct.
Cool.
Correct.
Turn out our angle on the other end, so where the head unit of this will come together, because we're going to put it all together down at the other side. Okay.
Yeah. So this piece can stay. This is good. And we can transfer our 18 degrees over to our beams. If you want, while you transfer those dimensions, that degree, I can lay out the cutout.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going back to the other side. And what I'm going to do is put you on hold again, because you won't be able to see it where we're going to be doing it. Are we picking those up and put them on the trailer?
Yeah, I think we could. I think we definitely could.
Okay.
Might be a little easier to also perform this
surgery. To perform the surgery.
Yeah. Or even if we just laid it right here on top at an angle a little bit.
Okay.
The camera right on this side.
Yeah, we're gonna be, this way it'll face us, and we won't have our back to it. Got my speed square.
I'll look this side, I think, wrong. I was thinking maybe not.
Yeah, it's staying closed. Can't imagine that moving. You know, we didn't plate it yet, but. So, this end here, well, we have to make a left and a right, by the way.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to label this one?
Let's call it left.
Alright, left
or
it is.
Passenger side.
No, left is actually driver's side. Right is passenger.
I was thinking looking at it.
Yeah. But anytime when you're
That's right.
When you're relating anything, it's
okay.
Left is driver.
Let's call it driver. We'll call it left.
Left side. Okay. Alright, so that means the angle is going to go this way. Like this. Yeah. Keep in mind, this might help you. We're cutting this angle here, like this, because if you swing this around, it's going to be on the side we're on already.
I see. Yep.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. So you're
lining up with here and with my edge of the beam. And this is going to be at an angle.
Yeah. And that one here is going to come this way.
Correct. This is looking good on my end.
So we're going to stick with 19. Correct? Correct. Right? Right.
Yeah. You know what we can do? Let's mark it out first before even cutting. We'll mark this one out too. We'll get measurements to make sure that they're the same length on both points.
Okay.
Cut out.
19.
I'll present it back again and we'll see if that's back.
Because what we should do, we should lay this down, like flat off the trailer, because this is going to be flat. This is going to be level. And the plumb side is where we have to have the gooseneck plumb to the way this is set up. You follow me?
Go again with that.
Okay, so if we lay this piece flat with the trailer right now, then you can plumb up the gooseneck part and know that you're set back far enough, or either way that we have to go. You follow what I'm saying? We don't want to lose sight of that, because if you just do this, you might not have anything over here like you have up here.
So we need to take ourselves back to square. We need to take ourselves back to 90 degrees this way. So we need to be 90 degrees from here with the... So then this is the shortest, this is the longest point. The longest point. So we should cut the longest point and then
Square up.
Or I can mark the longest point first and then square up. So I think that's why I was kind of wanting to do it this way.
Yeah, so I got to lift this end up so that it's even.
Look, check this out real quick. Just so also I can...
See what I'm saying?
We can be on this together for a second here, because what I was...
Well, you can't do this here.
Oh, it's got to be both.
It has to be plumb.
Plumb, right.
That's why I was telling you earlier when I leveled up the whole trailer. So we're starting off in a level position, north, south, east, and west. The trailer is. So I would actually prop this up so it's the same height as the outside, because the inside is lower by 1.25 inches.
I see what you're saying. So that's why you're suggesting this.
No.
No?
I'm suggesting that the way you just had it, that I prop this side up so that, because if we take the level, this would not be level. So I have to lift this end up so that'll change your thing right there. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh, using a level.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Check this idea. Let's lay it down for a second like this. Do you want to do it like this? Because we don't want to cut any more than this minimum distance, right?
We want to save as much as we can on the longer side to make sure that we're keeping our 7 feet.
So, what do you think about this? If we use a tape measure with our square to basically same measurement here, same measurement here.
Yes.
Should plumb us up.
Yes.
And we can transfer.
Correct.
You like that?
Yeah, sure. That works.
Because I think also working it like this will give us a little bit better of a view.
Yeah, because I have to transfer what I did up there down at the bottom.
Yes. Okay.
That'll work. So I can actually, I can get the 2 levels over here, and that'll help us keep the straight line.
Okay. I'll start drawing this out with So we're literally just cutting this little ear off.
Just like this. So being that this one's magnetic, put this one on the inside. And then put this one on the outside. Like that. Got a little bit of an edge. So I want to, yeah, oh yeah.
These tight. You know, I don't want it to be a thing where the anchors are loose and not serving any purpose. Or because if that's the case, we just have to put new anchors without torquing it down too much, so that it doesn't. You understand? So that it doesn't. You're good. We'll look at it better tomorrow. Just stay level. That's all. Yeah, I understand that, but there's nothing. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the other thing with it, though. Our circle still maintains circle. No, it doesn't. It kind of changes the diameter a little bit. It's going to change the diameter a little tiny bit.
Only because of its angle.
Because of the angle, yeah. Okay, so we got these marks. So I'm going to remove this from here for a sec. Go back and look. This is the side that I used. So we need another little straight edge.
You want the small one? I'll be the gopher. Go for this, go for that. Yeah, my father used to call me that back in the day anyway when I was working with him. You're the gopher. Now go for this. Here's that mark. That's what you put there, second. Mark that line up on the bottom because I only have the top one marked.
Now, before we cut anything, we'll do the same to the other one. Let me just get some measurements.
I guess we have to overhang it once you're done with your measurement there so that I can get the square in there. I don't want to flip it, I just want to, oh yeah, we could do it that way. No, that'll work. There's 19. Okay.
Do you know that a 4-point inspection brings you a discount on the home insurance?
Yep. Roof that looks just like that, then it's a little bit more, costs a little bit more. Hip roof is what's on the building. It's got 4 sides. A hip roof has 4 sides. A gable roof only has 2 sides. Follow me?
Oh, peaks. Peaks?
No. You see how that roof is designed? You have two parts of a roof. You have the side that you're looking at, and you have the opposite side.
Right.
So that's a a regular gable roof, because that's what that's called, gable, only have two sides, which is this side and this side. A hip roof has four sides. So you have these two plus two additional, which would make it a hip, what's called a hip. The hip, when it comes to insurance, they give you a better price because it's better underneath hurricane conditions. To not rip your roof off, that would come off easier than this. So, you know what I mean? That's how they look at it, based on the aerodynamics. You go get them. All right, so no doubt. Angles are cut. So I would cut the circle first on top and bottom, and then join a line from the top to the bottom. And then that's where you'll know that that web will have to be cut out.
Okay.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does. The circles out first and then get this.
Yeah, and then you can just, line them up.
Okay.
All right, so this one is done then as far as marked. Yay?
I've got this line too, which technically this line. Oh no, wait, would it be? No, would it be? This line is false.
Yes, that is true.
This is false. This would not get cut like that. We'd be cutting too much.
Yes, that's why I said cut the circles.
Yes.
And then what's left, you can point from one circle to the other.
Dig it.
All right, so how do we want to put this one so that when we set this one up, we don't mess up?
Yeah.
Even though this is left.
Yeah, we know this is left. This is
on this side here.
Driver's side, yeah.
Yeah, the leg that's already up.
Okay. No, I think we can almost just leave it just like this, or flip it. Let's flip it. Flip it this way.
So we can actually put the other one right here.
Yeah.
And then we have our non-mistake situation happening. There will be no mistake. If you're going to flip it,
I want to go based off my
initial.
30 inches here. Does it reach?
Yeah, no, that's good. So. Okay. Roughly. That's just a rough idea. So what we're doing is we're setting up for the gooseneck section on those pieces. So Once we have it figured out 100% and we're ready to cut, rock and roll, I'll get right back with you.